Good evening. We just started the webinar. I give it a bit of time. Sorry for the slight delay, but just give it a bit of time to allow people to join. And then we give it a go. Let's see. Yeah, so let me slowly start. I still see that a few people are joining, but welcome everybody to the 125th branch meeting. We have decided slightly late on the topic, but given the kind of news that came out last week on the update of Abu Dhabi Public Health Center system framework, I thought that might be the right topic for today. I'm happy to see that we already got nearly 140 participants, so that's yeah, very happy with that. That's good. It shows that it's an important topic and everybody would like to know about it. What we will do, as we always do, this presentation will be shared on our YouTube channel, will be shared via our WhatsApp group and LinkedIn page, but I will separately as well share the same presentation on both the WhatsApp group and LinkedIn page. So if you would like to use the presentation for internal communication, feel free to use it. So let's start. August 14th, 125th branch meeting. I just start with a few introduction and branch updates before we go to the transition from OSHAD-SF to ADOSH-SF. And then we have any closing remarks. We have time for some question and answers. We try to manage them. Ideally, I would like to do them after the presentation. So yeah, bear with me if I'm not immediately responding to your questions. Some updates. Mentioned last month, we have a signed partnership with Offshore Network for two health and safety forums, one in Saudi Arabia on the 17th and 18th of September. And we have one in the Health and Safety Forum MENA in Dubai on the 12th and 13th of November. Just visit the website of offnet.com conferences. You will find the information on both conferences. IIRSM will be present on both forums. So if you want to pass by and catch up, feel free to do so. Some training courses, a few for this year. I put it in even though it's fully booked. So the September 24 managing risk, not able to attend that anymore. But for the remaining of the year, there are still two training courses: managing health and safety risks, the essentials, on October 15, and managing risk, the essentials, on November 19. And then we move into 2025 with a few training courses. I would suggest either email IIRSM at the training department or have a look at the website for the specific content of the training course. Webinars, upcoming webinar in 3 days from now, from doubt to determination, overcoming imposter syndrome in safety on September 17th, and influencing upwards on the 25th of September. Again, I put the website link in the slide. Just follow the link and you come straight to the overview of webinars. I have no updates on international branch meetings for the moment, but there are a few UK and Europe branch meetings between now and the first week of September. So the Southeast branch in the UK, the Scotland branch, and the Yorkshire and Humber branch have their branch meetings. If the topic is of your interest, again, visit the IIRSM website, communities, events, register yourself, and you get for this branch meeting, your invite, and yeah, feel free to attend. our future branch meetings, always the second Wednesday of the month. So the next one will be September 11th. And then we have on October 9th, our branch meeting for October. Again, I mentioned it on a monthly basis, but if there is anyone amongst you that would like to present on a topic, I could even imagine, given the fact that we now mid-August, if there's anybody who wants to share their summer heat campaign, how that is going, experiences, feel free to reach out to me or any of the other branch members, either via WhatsApp or just send me a direct message. We can always give you some time during the branch meeting to share your experiences and best practices. So feel free to step forward and use the opportunity to share your experiences. Then, where it's I think the main topic, the transitioning from OSHAD-SF to ADOSH-SF, Abu Dhabi Occupational Safety and Health System Framework. What I have done is I've gone through all the documentation that is at the moment published on the website of Abu Dhabi Public Health Center. I've kind of highlighted out of there the main changes. As I said at the beginning, I will share that with everyone. This is what I picked out of it. I think it's important for everyone to, have your own look at the changes as well and make yourself familiar with it. But I just go through the different documentations and we'll highlight in the next half hour the changes that have been made to the documentation. Before I do that, just a step back, just looking a bit historically to where we are today. Launched in 2008, the OSHAD System Framework initiative, quickly followed with a revision and a reissue on the Abu Dhabi IIRSM version 1.2 in 2009, followed 3 years later with version 2.0. And then we had the change from the IIRSM to the OSHAD System Framework version 3.1 in 2017. There was a 3.0 version in 2016. And then in 2019, there was the suspension of mechanism 7 and 8. And in the same year, we had the establishment of the Abu Dhabi Public Health Center. And currently, since officially the documentation, as it says on the website, July 15, the ADOSH, the Abu Dhabi Occupational Safety and Health System Framework, which is version number 4. So it's good to see. We see a nice progress, kind of constant update, and yeah, I can only hope that this version as well brings us to another level, next stage in improving health and safety, especially within the Emirate of Abu Dhabi. So some general comments to start with. What you will see throughout all the documentation that is available is that there has been general changes. So what we see is that the system acronym is updated from OSHAD-SF to ADOSH. So these are the topics that I won't come back to in the subsequent documents. These are just to make sure that they meet the standard 4.0 version. So it's the change of OSHA to Abu Dhabi Public Health Center. It's the change of the logo. There's some minor editorial changes, with no effect to the requirements. And what you will see in several documents is that it's mentioned that the title of Mechanism 7 is updated to Occupational Safety and Health Practitioner and Service Provider Registration. And with that, the Mechanism 8 is deleted. That became obsolete because the safety and health practitioner is now included in mechanism 7. I will get back to that later, but maybe good to mention it at the moment is mechanism 7 is not yet published. Yeah, so it's at the moment it's still suspended. It's not available. Given the fact that Abu Dhabi Public Health Center has rephrased the title, I expect that in the coming weeks, months, we will see mechanism 7 being launched. If that's the case, we will communicate that via the channels we have, and yeah, so we keep you updated on that. So back to the first document. If you look at the structure, the manual. The manual at the moment is available in the Arabic version. The English version is not yet updated. So if you go to the English version, you will still see the OSHAD document referring to Abu Dhabi Public Health Center, but it's not the latest ADOSH document. The changes in the document, I'll put a note under it. It's translated from the Arabic version. But it's clause 1.8 regarding compliance that has been updated, reflecting manpower requirements. So there's an update in the manpower requirements with regards to safety professionals, safety practitioners, and that is through all the relevant documents. It's highlighted, so in the manual as well. Section 2.1, the administration hierarchy. Two things in there is that Abu Dhabi Public Health Center has the right to delegate some of its powers, some of their responsibilities to other government agency or private sector, but they can only do that after approval of the Executive Council. Then there are two figures in the document, the administration hierarchy and the administration roles, which have been amended to better reflect the current situation. And lastly, section 5.1 regarding the OSH policy. There was always a note that the OSH policy should be independent of any other policy adopted by the entity. That is deleted. So this gives you a slightly freedom in having a, I assume, OSH and environmental policy kind of combined, where previously that was preferable separated from each other. So this note, the requirement to be independent, has been deleted. So those are the main changes in the manual. If we then step to the elements, for both applies that the Arabic version and the English version have been fully updated. You notice, I think immediately, that not all elements are listed here, and that just has to do that some of the elements have just the general updates. There are no specific updates in the requirements other than the name change, the logos, the general kind of changes, as I mentioned in the beginning. Element 5 has a change in clause 3.1b and 3.1c, which is regarding the OSH training procedures. And the changes in that is that training and training provider registration with Abu Dhabi Public Health Center is deleted. And this also includes the requirement for persons providing training that includes certification of competency. So that requirement is now deleted. Element 7, clause 3.3 under A number 4 regarding OSH monitoring and procedures. The reference in there to the occupational standards and guidelines values is deleted. And that has to do, and I'll touch on that slightly later, that the occupational standards and guideline values document as in itself is deleted. So any references throughout any of the documents makes that it's deleted as well. Element 9, section 3.1 regarding the OSH policy. Again, as I mentioned in the manual as well, the requirement that the OSH policy to be independent of any other policy adopted by the entity is deleted. And then finally, we have clause 2.4 in element 9, and that's regarding the entity risk classification. The outcome updated to reflect manpower requirements for high, medium, and low risk entities. For high risk entities, there's now a requirement to have a senior OSH practitioner. So they go away from the grade A kind of classification previously to another classification. But they also change the manpower requirements based on your entity risk classification. The mechanism, again, Arabic version and English version, both have been updated. We start with mechanism 2, the administration document, section 2.3 changed from grade A generalist to OSH senior practitioner. So that's one of the changes I referred to in what is it, element 9. And then clause 3.2d under 2 regarding the sector assessment process and assessing entities being fully or partially government owned is deleted. So this kind of exclude the government owned entities for this clause. Mechanism 3, identification, assessment, and nomination of entities. Clause 2.4, again, entity risk classification is updated as well to reflect the manpower requirements for high, medium, and low risk entities. And appendix 2 regarding OSHAD-SF classification codes is completely deleted. Mechanism 4, the Occupational Safety Health Management System submission, review, and approval. Clause 2.5 under G regarding the holding a register of approved entities is deleted. 2.5(1)(b) under 7 regarding the change of legal name of the entity is deleted. And then under 2.5(2), that is aligned with the electronic issuance of the Occupational Safety Health Management System approval certificates. So here as well in clause 2.5, you see a few changes that affect the mechanism. Then mechanism 6 regarding the OSH performance monitoring and reporting. Clauses 2(I)(G), 3(F) and 3(G) and Form E6 in section 7 have been updated to clarify requirements for annual reporting of monetary cost of occupational safety and health versus quarterly reporting of other aspects of the occupational safety and health performance. So that's for those entities that need to report the on a quarterly and annual basis. That's a change that you will probably come across in your next quarter reporting. Mechanism 7, as I mentioned, occupational safety and health practitioner and service provider registration. It's now combined. It's under development. I don't have a kind of confirmed date when this will be kind of approved and available. But given the fact that we have a new title for the mechanism, given the fact that we had now seen the updates on the ADOSH system framework, I think this will probably a matter of weeks, months maybe. So I hope to be able to inform everybody as soon as possible if there's more information on this. Mechanism 8, mentioned before, OSH practitioner registration is now part of Mechanism 7, so that's completely deleted. And then Mechanism 9, appointment of principal contractor for construction work. In Appendix 2, the contact details of the OSH officers at municipalities is deleted, and there's a name change in Department of Urban Planning and Municipalities to Department of Municipalities and Transport. So that's what you will see throughout the documentations as well. They used these updates as well to provide the correct new naming of the government authorities, but you also see some updates in recently published legal requirements. Mechanism 11 on incident notification, investigation and reporting. Section 3.1 is reduced to only identify the types of OSH incidents recognized under ADOSH-SF. Clause 3.6 regarding the requirements for incidents involving other persons is limited to serious OSH incidents. Clause 6.1 is amended to clarify the sector regulatory authority role in notifying Abu Dhabi Public Health Center of incidents. And then Schedule D regarding emergency contact numbers is deleted. And then you see various changes to include the latest federal and other legal requirements. So that's there are some major changes in this one. So might be good to get yourself familiar with the details of this mechanism as well. Code of practices, same as for the previous ones. I've not listed them all because there are many code of practices where only the kind of look and feel has been changed in naming, in logos. So I haven't added them to the list. Here in the list are those that have slightly more changes to the code of practice. So with regards to the management of asbestos containing materials, code of practice 1.1. Section 3.1 regarding the legal requirements as rewritten in more general terms, so less specific. And Section 3.8 regarding survey types, it's aligned with the latest international best practices. So you see a few changes in there as well. Code of practice 1.2, lead exposure management. Names of relevant authorities are amended to reflect the current situation in Abu Dhabi, and the reference again to the standards and guideline limit values has been deleted. Code of practice 2 on personal protective equipment, same, the standard and guideline values limit values has been deleted. For first aid and medical treatment, Code of practice number 4, clause 3111 under B. The note under that section is reworded to clarify health insurance coverage of occupational injuries and diseases in Abu Dhabi. And clause 3.2.1 regarding number of nurses and emergency medical staff. I see that I made a typo there. It's not stall, but staff. That note has been deleted completely. Code of practice 5, occupational health screening, medical surveillance. Appendix 1, part 3 regarding healthcare workers. Hepatitis A is removed from investigations. So this is very specific for those who work in the healthcare sector. And then we jump to Code of Practice 54. So the Code of Practices in between do not have any major changes other than the logos and the name changes. But the waste management, we see a change in there from Waste Management Center Abu Dhabi being changed to Waste Management Regulatory Authorities in the Emirate. So it's not only linked to the Waste Management Center Abu Dhabi anymore. Mentioned this before, so the standard and guideline values, it's not translated, it's not applicable. Document is currently suspended, and entities are to comply with the relevant local and federal standards in force. So I'm not sure what will happen towards the future. The mentioning under this document is clear. It's currently suspended, which could well mean that in the future they will come with Abu Dhabi Public Health Center will come with an updated version. But yeah, as it said, currently it's suspended. Technical guidelines. Arabic version and English versions are updated. For the Arabic version, it's only those who are available, not for all technical guidelines. An Arabic version was available, so we don't see a translated version for that as well. With regards to occupational air quality management, Section 5, to amend records referred to Section 6, non-existing. Table 2, reference source from the internet at the time of the document development. So it's updated with the latest kind of references found on the internet. Technical guideline, training, awareness and competency, clause 4.1c and section 13 are deleted from the references to federal regulations, and clause 4.5 regarding role-specific occupational training, accreditation and registration. The Health Authority Abu Dhabi is amended to Department of Health, and training providers no longer mentioned. So where we previously saw in the OSHAD system framework technical guideline that there were training providers listed, that's now out of the technical guideline. Dealing with adverse weather conditions, it's a name change, so the National Center of Meteorology and Seismology has changed to National Center of Meteorology. And then the technical guideline dealing with adverse weather conditions for school transportation, applicable for the colleagues amongst us who work for the education sector. Department of Transport changed to Department of Municipalities and Transport. So as I mentioned before, the update has been used by Abu Dhabi Public Health Center as well to include the new names of the various authorities. That was like too fast. Guidance documents, same as for the previous documents. Arabic version is updated where available. The English versions are all updated. Main changes for the occupational safety and health roles and responsibilities. Section 2.5 regarding how individual in the workplace can become more involved is updated to refer executive bylaws of federal law number 33 of 2021 regarding the regulation of employment relationships. So that's where the changes have incorporated the new legal requirements. And section 4 regarding references has been deleted. Standard forms are not available in Arabic. The English version is updated. The forms are unchanged, other than the acronym updates from OSHAD-SF to ADOSH-SF to accurately reflect the document title, and the change from OSHAD to Abu Dhabi Public Health Center and change of logo. The forms in itself, the content of the forms is unchanged, so that remains the same. It's again the look and feel of the documents that has been updated. Glossary of terms, no Arabic version available. English version is updated. Some main changes, there are terms added. So Abu Dhabi Public Health Center is added, ADOSH-SF is added, and ADP-PHC is added to the glossary of terms. There's a few terms that has been removed from the glossary of terms. So existing practitioner, field of work, generalist, OSHAD, OSHAD-SF, practitioner, practitioner category, practitioner type, and technical specialist. These terms have been removed from the glossary of terms. And then a few terms have been updated. So the term for asbestos survey has been updated to a survey to identify if asbestos is present. In the previous glossary of terms, the term asbestos survey included the 3 levels, type 1, type 2, and type 3. So those are now out of the glossary of terms for asbestos survey. And Kodorat has been updated, which is a slightly change. It's a change from OSHAD, sorry, is replaced for ADPHC. That's a brief overview of all changes within the documentation. So it's officially since the 15th of July, it is the Abu Dhabi Occupational Safety and Health System framework. What we all know, but I just put it in bold over here. We all now need to update our legal registers as well. So a couple of things from my side: review your existing legal requirements, for your organization. Make sure that the changes as mentioned in the slides, but also the changes from OSHAD to Abu Dhabi Public Health Center, the change from OSHAD-SF to ADOSH-SF, that they are being reflected in your legal and other requirements register. But don't forget as well that there are some legal requirements, some federal laws, some federal bylaws that have been implemented between 2021 and today, to make sure that those are updated as well in your legal requirements register. So I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm not telling you that you need to go tomorrow and start updating. But yeah, it's something that is a requirement. We need to update the registers to make sure that it is in line with the latest standards within the Abu Dhabi Emirate. So yeah, don't forget to do that. That would be my kind of final kind of thought on this. I see we have quite some questions. I'll just open them. And again, I might not be able to answer all the questions because it's new for me as well. The changes as they are for you. I will take away the questions, and again, feel free to use our WhatsApp group to ask the questions together as group and members in the WhatsApp group. We have more knowledge than one person alone, so let's use that forum as well to share your thoughts on the new changes and raise your questions you have about the changes. So let me see what is quickly see what is in the chat. Well, the changes, I just quickly, I will quickly scroll through it. The changes are in effect. I saw a comment on that. So the publication date is set on the 15th of July. And I know they have recently been published. But yes, they are published, so they are in effect. So it's applicable at the moment. See a few, yeah, email addresses. I'll try to capture them at the end to make sure that you will also get the presentation. My OSHAD certificate will be transferred to the new system. I assume. I have not enough knowledge on that, but yeah, OSHAD is not existing anymore. So those certificates shall be updated. I don't know if Abu Dhabi Public Health Center or Adveti will send out new certificates, or that they will be renewed the moment you go for your recertification. That I don't know, but yeah, in time they definitely need to be updated. Yeah, I don't know about the applicants who want to apply. Officially, Mechanism 7, as I said, has a new title, but it's under development. So it's not officially out there. And I think that will be the moment that new applicants can again apply for the practitioner registration. But yeah, we need to wait what the content of the Mechanism session is also mentioning. Let's quickly say, yeah, you will get the PowerPoint presentation. The procedure for other certification. Answered that. Please share the updated legal requirements in UAE. Yeah, that's specifically for shipyards. I don't have them. Again, reach out in a WhatsApp group, I would say, to ask for this specific question. Maybe colleagues are be able to help you. About procedure registration. I assume that will be the case to be reassessed. I think that was always the case, if I'm not wrong. To my understanding, the registration was not unlimited. You always had to go for re-registration. So I think that will be applicable as well for the new ADOSH Mechanism 7 when it's launched. Send the link. Yeah, for the HSE forum, there is a promo code for double RSM members. I'll share that in the WhatsApp group. We'll do that. Okay. And I'll briefly go to the question and answers. Is there any requirement come from safety practitioner grading? Yes, is my answer. But yes, in a way, as we have seen that previously, but we actually need to wait for Mechanism 7 to really know what the requirements are. And I don't have any insight on that at the moment. What is the scope of artificial intelligence and technology in the HSE field in the coming days? Not as you mentioned, general question, not specific to this topic. I think artificial intelligence, but that's a personal opinion, we will see that increasing. How that work and how fast that will go, I don't know. But yeah, I see industries that are already applying it So I think that will only be more and more and become more and more available for organizations. So yeah, definitely towards the future, something to follow, and maybe a good topic for us as well to in the near future to use one of our webinars, our monthly branch meetings for. Many thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. Please provide the link. We'll do that. Is company registration possible now in Abu Dhabi Public Health Center? Again, this is my thought, and I wouldn't mind if someone with more knowledge would step in. But I don't think at the moment, because this all linked again to Mechanism 7. And I think as long as Mechanism 7 is not officially launched, registration might not be possible. But I'm not 100% sure in that. Is there any time frame to update the legal register? There's no time frame set. I would say, as organization, as entity, you should be in compliance with the latest standards. So that means in this case that update of your legal register is one of those tasks. Would I say we need to all do this this week? I would make a plan for it. For some amongst us, it might be easier to update and less work for others of us. It's a bit more time consuming. I would definitely, but that's more from an audit perspective. The moment you have already an audit scheduled, either internal or external, to make sure that before the audit you have updated your legal register. But I would not wait too long with updating it. Fact is that since the 15th of July, even though published in August, this is the new legal requirement, and we need to comply with the new legal requirements in our registers. WhatsApp group, I will do that. Mohammed, to answer your question, update on Mechanism 8 release. There will not be a Mechanism 8. Mechanism 8 is deleted, and you see that that's combined in Mechanism 7. So Mechanism 8 is deleted. Mechanism 7 is under development. Is this the final change? I don't know. I think we will continue to see updates of the system. And I think that's good. It should be a lively system. The world is changing. So I only can imagine that this will be updated. But yeah, for the moment, this is the major change, because it's a change and an update of the entire system. Some only the logos and the what is it? The acronyms, but yeah, it's a major change within Abu Dhabi. Since OSH policy no longer exists, I think the OSH policy still exists. You're still required to have a occupational safety and health policy. It's now only said that it's not required to have it completely separate from other policies, but you still need to have a OSH or health and safety policy. Yeah, legal register updated minimum annually. I think that's a minimum. Depends what you set as your own standard as well within the company. If you do it every 6 months, but you're completely right. It needs to be updated whenever there are changes made in regulations. So yeah, this is one of the changes requiring an update of your register. I think I went quite quickly to the questions. I will capture the request to be added to the WhatsApp groups. So I'll add those to the list. Thank you all for attending. As I said, We will publish the video of this webinar on our YouTube channel and share it via WhatsApp and on our LinkedIn group. I will make personally the PowerPoint presentation available. And again, feel free to use that in your own organization to share it with colleagues. And I like to thank everybody for your attendance. I'm very, very happy that we had an astonishing 190 people in the call at one moment. And yeah, I'm very happy. It shows that it's an important topic. So thank you all for attending. If there is any other questions, drop a message in the WhatsApp group, drop me a message, and we'll get back to you. Thank you very much.